Hey guys, Justin here with AmericanMuscle.com, and today we have a really cool product from Raxium with their LED projector headlights available for your 2013 and 14 Mustang, equipped with the factory HID headlights. Now, interested owners should consider these options from Raxium if you're looking for a very high quality replacement or upgrade for your factory HID headlights and would like some modern features such as an LED projector as opposed to an HID, along with added bonuses such as the sequential turn signals and the S550 inspired daytime running lights. Lots to talk about here with these headlights, so let's get into it. Now, starting off the video here with our features section, as is tradition, and I think the biggest with the Raxiums will be the fact that these are going to convert your factory HID projector to an LED projector. Now, the factory HIDs, no doubt, very, very nice, right? But they can be prone to burning out or changing color as they age. LED here, on the other hand, not only are going to be very consistent in regards to color temperature, but also are known for things like their performance, aka visibility and brightness, and of course their overall longevity. Now, speaking of color temp, I do want to point out 6K color temperature here for the LED projector itself. I also really dig things like how the projector is shaped for one. I also really enjoy the inclusion of the 2018 style daytime running lights. That's those little gills up here that you'll see with the 2018 and newer Mustangs. Now, those guys are going to illuminate whenever your parking lights or your headlights have been turned on. Finally, guys, these Raxium headlights are going to swap the boring stock turn signals up front for a sequential option, and that's going to be on the bottom portion of the headlight here, this little bar. That's certainly going to kick things up from a styling standpoint, add some customization, and not only that, guys, but it will also flow with the sequential turn signals in the rear. Now, moving into construction, and I will say that for an aftermarket headlight, the appearance of the Raxiums here, just off on the table, is rather good, and to me, doesn't appear too crazy or over the top. Now, I see a lot of headlights come through the shop, guys, and sometimes these things can appear, let's be honest, kind of tacky at first glance and kind of give off the appearance of a cheap light. And that's certainly not going to be the case here with the Raxiums. I really dig the black housings topped off with that crystal clear lens. That's going to lead to the DOT and SAE stamp of approval, making them legal for use in all 50 states. I did also mention, again, one more time, that kind of unique shape to the actual projector here, at least the surround. I dig that. Also kind of a nod to the 2018 headlights. And these guys are fully adjustable, so once you get them in, you can certainly install them and adjust them properly just to make sure you're getting the best visibility, but more importantly, you're not blinding oncoming traffic. Now, your price point for the Raxiums here will land you close to $900, which certainly makes these one of the more expensive options currently on the site for your 13 and 14 Mustang, with the exception, of course, of the OE factory Ford projectors. For reference sake, guys, here on the site, we're selling those for roughly $850 per side. So if you've damaged a set of 13 and 14 headlights and you don't want to fork out the nearly $1,600 to $1,700 to get a set of those new OE replacements, the Raxiums here, I think, are going to deliver a similar look along with some of those more modern features and improved visibility for less than half the cost of a brand new set of stockers. Switching gears, let's move into the install, and the site's going to call this a middle of the road, 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and about 3 hours or so to complete from start to finish. Reason being for that, guys, that front bumper cover will need to be removed in order to access these 2 lower bolt holes down here, and that's why this one might take you a little bit more time overall. But now we're going to throw it out to the guys in the shop, give you a better idea of what you're in for on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. So without further ado, check out our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
Tools required for this install include a ratchet, a clip remover tool, and 7, 8, and 10 millimeter sockets. What's up, guys? Today we're installing a set of headlights on our Mustang, so let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is remove our radiator cover. This is held in by a bunch of push clips, so I've got a clip remover tool to pop all of these out. So now we'll use that tool to pop out all of our push clips so we can remove our cover. And now with all of those clips removed, we can pull up and remove our radiator cover. Next, we can grab an 8mm socket and remove these 4 bolts that were right under our radiator cover. Next, we can come underneath our front bumper and we have a bunch of 7mm bolts holding in this little splash guard. Now, a bunch of ours are missing, so you'll just follow this line all the way across. There's 1 here, and then there's 3 in the back as well. So we'll grab a 7mm socket and start popping these out. And now we can just keep doing that same thing on the other side. Next, we can come to our wheel well, and we have 2 more 7mm bolts holding on our splitter and splash guard, and then 1 additional one that's securing our bumper. We'll get that 7mm socket and pop these out. And then once you're done with that, you can do the same thing on the other side. I've already done that, so we can lower our splitter and remove it. Next, we can disconnect the connector on our side marker. So we'll just press that in and wiggle our connector off and do the same thing on the other side. So now we're ready to remove our front bumper. So we're gonna come to where it meets the fender here and pop this out on both sides. And then we can pull straight back on the bumper, but you don't wanna go too far at first because we still have a couple connectors that we can't get to yet for the fog lights. So we'll pop out our corners. And then we'll grab from the top here, pull back, and that will give us access to our 2 fog light connectors. So now we have access to our fog light connector. There's a black tab down here that you'll have to lift up on to pop that out. We'll do the same thing on the other side, and then we can fully remove our bumper. So now we have access to our lower 2 bolts. So we'll take a 10mm socket to pop these out. And now we have 1 last 10mm bolt at the top here that we can remove. And then we can slide this out of the way, and we'll disconnect our 2 electrical connectors. And then we can repeat that same process on the other side. So now we're ready to install our new headlight. So we're gonna plug our 2 connectors in first, and then we'll slide this into place and reinstall our 3 bolts. Once you have this one in, you can press that red locking tab down into place. And then we can slide our headlight in. So now we'll thread in our top bolt by hand, and we'll leave this loose for now until we get our bottom 2 in, and then we can tighten everything down. And now we'll thread our 2 bottom bolts into place. Now we can grab our 10mm socket and tighten down all of our bolts. And then you can do the same thing on the other side. Now we're ready to reinstall our front bumper. So the first thing we'll do is get our fog lights plugged back in. Do the same on the other side, and then we can mount our bumper. And now with our fog lights plugged in, we can slide our bumper into place. Then we can clip it in on the sides here. Now we can reinstall our 4 bolts at the top of our bumper. And we'll take our 8mm socket and tighten these all down. Next, we can reinstall our radiator cover. And we'll reinstall all of our push clips. Next, we can reinstall our splash guard and our splitter. So now we can start in the wheel well, reinstalling our 3 bolts. And then we'll take our 7mm socket and tighten these down. And then you can do that same thing on the other side. Next, we can reinstall our bolts underneath our splitter. And then we'll take our 7mm socket and tighten these down. And then you can do the same thing on the other side. Next, we can reconnect our side marker and then do that same thing on the other side. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the Raxium LED projector headlights with DRL and sequential turn signals, black housing, and clear lens for your 2013 to 14 Mustang with factory HID headlights. Thank you for watching, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.